Sir Keir Starmer has promised to build a country for all in a speech aimed squarely at attacking reform. Farage hit back tonight saying Starmer's not fit to be Prime Minister. So where does it leave Labour at the end of this crucial conference? Also tonight,
the Evening News with Charlotte Hawkins.
Good evening. Sir Keir Starmer used his keynote speech to Labour delegates today to take direct aim at Nigel Farage, saying the Reform UK leader doesn't like or believe in Britain. The Prime Minister accused Mr Farage of using the politics of grievance and asked the conference when was the last time they'd heard him say something positive about Britain's future. And Sir Keir went further in taking on the electoral threat from Reform, vowing to reclaim the flag from those who would divide the country. In response, Nigel Farage said branding his party's policies as racist is a disgrace. More on that in a moment. First, from the conference in Liverpool, here's our political correspondent Romilly Weeks on the PM's pitch to voters. Romilly, this is a clear change of strategy for Labour, isn't it, who are now fully focused on fighting reform. What has Nigel Farage had to say? The Prime Minister's speech then clearly set out the battle lines ahead of next May's local elections. He knows both Reform UK and also the Lib Dems pose a big threat to his party in some of Labour's traditional heartlands. Our correspondent Rachel Younger heard the views of voters in two Labour strongholds, Sheffield and Bolsover in Derbyshire. Our political editor Robert Peston also joins us from Liverpool. Robert, has the Prime Minister shored up his position? And Robert, ITV's been reporting on how the budget is likely to see the abolition of the two-child benefit cap. What have you learnt about that? The Prime Minister's speech was light on policy, but he did announce NHS Online, a new app which he said would offer patients millions of appointments with GPs and specialists. Our political reporter Jasmine Cameron-Chileshi is at the conference. And Jasmine, how will this work then, and how soon will it come into force? And if you want to hear Robert and Tom Bradbury discuss and debate all the key talking points of the political week and answer your questions, President Trump has issued a deadline to Hamas to accept a new peace plan for Gaza. He said that it has 3 or 4 days to respond and warned it would pay in hell if the deal is rejected. The proposals were unveiled last night as the president hosted Israel's prime minister at the White House. Hamas says it's looking at the deal, which has international support. Here's our international editor, Emma Murphy, with the latest. And Emma, what could the timeline for peace be?
Well, the timeline for peace, or the time to the Americans, that would take us towards the end of the week. And although there have been some positive signs that Hamas might accept this, and the actual document that was presented to the world yesterday by withdraw from Gaza in order for this to continue. So I think there will be
the next few days. Emma, thanks very much. Well, there's plenty more to come on the ITV Evening News, including... I'll see you in just a few moments. Welcome back. There's been an urgent warning over the use of ketamine after a surge in deaths in England, Wales and Northern Ireland. Scientists say it's getting worse because people are using it as a cheap mixer for drug cocktails. A new study found a big increase in the number of deaths linked to the drug last year. As our correspondent Sergio Carrier reports, it comes as campaigners call for ketamine to be reclassified from a Class B to a more dangerous Class A drug. Rescuers are searching for survivors after a school suddenly collapsed in Indonesia, killing at least 3 students. Next tonight, why members of the public are being asked to help preserve the original names of historic and little-known places in Wales. It is part of a new push to safeguard the Welsh language for future generations. Recent research found that changes to property names often see them renamed in English, and the original can soon be forgotten. Here's our Wales reporter, Rhys Williams. You're watching the ITV Evening News. It's just after 7 o'clock. Here's what's still ahead. First, a special report on the alarming rise of cryptocurrency scams and the huge sums being stolen from victims. In the UK, millions of us have invested in digital currencies, lured in by tales of rapid gains. But compared to traditional banking, cryptocurrencies are largely unregulated, and if criminals take your money, you have little hope of getting it back. Last year in the UK alone, more than £400 million were taken in crypto fraud. ITV News heard from one couple who lost £250,000 worth of Bitcoin in a sophisticated scam. Police investigated, they have located where it's been transferred, but they can do nothing. Joe Caution reports on the costly crypto cons. Now let's get an update on what's making the news tonight. An NHS trust has become the first in England to offer a new ovarian cancer test for women with an inherited risk of the disease. The regular blood test cuts the chances of being diagnosed with late-stage ovarian cancer, which can have no symptoms. Tori Watson is at University College London Hospital, where the programme is being carried out. And Tori, this could be life-changing, couldn't it, for thousands of women? India is demanding action against vandals who defaced a statue of Mahatma Gandhi in central London. Sir Gary Oldman was at the castle today to receive his knighthood from Prince William for services to drama. The Oscar-winning actor told ITV News he was almost lost for words and felt humbled at the honour. He also revealed that the Prince of Wales told him he was a fan of the hit TV show Slow Horses, in which Oldman plays MI5 agent Jackson Lamb. And the Prince also had some thoughts about the character's personal hygiene, as Charanpreet Kera explains. Congratulations to Sir Gary Oldman. Now coming up before Emmerdale, join me and Ruth after this short break. Time for the weather now, and Ruth is in car. And finally tonight, the poignant tribute that will help mark this year's Remembrance Day. Southend Pier in Essex will be transformed into a huge art installation using tens of thousands of knitted and crocheted poppies. They've been made and donated by people from all over the world, and Neil Connery saw how organisers are preparing. It's going to look spectacular. That's all for now. Tom will be live from the Labour Party conference at 10. From me and the Evening News team, bye-bye.